Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the garage because the weather's a bit sketchy. Absolutely bucketed down yesterday. We're going to do some work on the Katana today. I'm going to install a new part, and that new part is this lovely little number here. It's a clear cut clutch cover assembly, and I didn't buy it in the red. I bought it. And there's the good old instructions. Gasket. And there she is. And it looks like a pretty decent piece of kit. Came from the UK, so we get a clutch pressure plate there, we get the clutch cover there, and some spacers and retainers for the clutch springs. So I thought I'd get cracking with that today, since the weather's not 100% today and we're struggling to get out of the paddock, to be honest with you. Absolutely hammered down yesterday. So what we need to do is we need to take off this clutch assembly here, or the clutch cover, the existing one, which is just these bolts through here, and give it a light tap and that'll come off. Then reading the instructions, I have to take 3 screws out of the existing pressure plate that's in here, install them into the new pressure plate, remove 1 steel plate and 1 fibre plate, clock the last one and last fibre plate as usual, and then reinstall the new cover. So it seems pretty straightforward. I've had this clutch out before when I was trying to install a Brock's what do they call it? It stops the slipper clutch from working when I was doing some drag racing with the bike, but it didn't quite work out the same way, so I ended up just racing it with just a stock clutch assembly. So yeah, I thought I'd get cracking with that and see how we go. So I've just stood the bike up on a piece of timber, as you can see here, to lean the bike over more on the side stand. So the bike's nearly due for a service, but I haven't got the oil and filter for it yet. So I've just leaned it over so it doesn't drain all the oil out when I pull the clutch cover out, and I don't have to drain the oil out to get the clutch cover off. Alright, I'll get comfortable here and we'll start disassembly. Sort of what I've done here with the screws, taking them out all the way around here, I've just put them on a little template here, you can see, so they're in exactly the same order. So as you can see here, I've got the filler cap here and the side hole for the oil level, and then these little marks that I've done here, that's where there are brackets on those bolts. So I remember to reinstall that bracket and that bracket and that bracket, sorry, that bracket, that one and that one in their respective locations. Alright, we'll see if we can tap this one off and see how we go. Okay, so the clutch cover came off nice and clean. I'm just going to give these edges a bit of a clean up, make sure they're all nice and tidy before I put the new gasket on. And then we have to take out these clutch springs here, and that will release the pressure plate here. And then once we've got the pressure plate out, the instructions say to take out these 3 screws and install them into the new blue pressure plate. So give that a crack now. There we go. So now I have to take these 3 screws out and then retrofit them to the new clutch pressure plate. Okay, so I've put those 3 screws into here, and I measured at the back here so they're all even, and same amount of thread at the top and all that sort of fun stuff, so that should be okay. And there we go, the pressure plate is installed. Just check that it moves the clutch all right. Let's have a look. Put the clutch in. Yeah, a beautiful movement there. Exactly the same as stock. Yeah, perfect. Happy days. So now I'm just going to clean off some of this bit of crap that's around on the seal here, on the engine case. And a little bit there too. So I'm going to clean that up now and then install the gasket and clutch cover. Alright, so now we're just going to install the gasket. So the case is all clean. Just got to get it on the dowels lined up correctly and make sure all the holes line up nicely for the cover bolts. That looks about right. The clutch cover is installed, and now I'm just putting in the screws. There's been my little plan here. And there we are, guys, new clutch cover installed. Happy days, very happy with that. Get a little wipe down, tidy up, and tightened up all the bolts all around here and everything. Now the next thing I guess is to take her outside and start her up, make sure there's no oil leaks, the gasket's sealed properly everywhere and all that sort of fun stuff. I did notice that the one wire down here was a little bit burnt through from heat or rubbing or something, so I've just put a bit of electrical tape around it now until I get some heat shrink, and I'll put some heat shrink on that and tidy that up. But I don't know, what do you guys reckon? Comment in the comments below, eh? See what you think. I'm absolutely wrapped with it. Stoked. Alright, well, we'll clean these tools up and we'll wheel her outside and we'll start her up and make sure the clutch and everything works properly, and we'll see how we go. so there it is. Clutch cover assembly installed. Full disclosure, one thing I did find, I got the engine up to around about 73 degrees Celsius. A little bit of fogging issue on the inside of this glass here, so I think I'm going to find some anti-fog stuff and just take this blue cover off with just these 5 bolts here, pop that off, wipe that over and see what happens, because it seems once the oil starts getting hot, naturally enough you get a little bit of moisture there and a little bit of fog, so it wasn't 100% satisfactory for that. But install wise, fairly straightforward, no real drama there, and yeah, well happy with the results. I'll wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed the video, can you give it a thumbs up for me? Much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing, because there's plenty more content coming in on RevMatch 1970. Got a few other bits and pieces to go on the bike, some exciting stuff for me anyway. If you guys enjoy the ride along, then happy days. So consider subscribing to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. You guys have a fantastic day, enjoy yourselves, and be safe, and hopefully we'll see you guys out on the road soon. Good on you.